Hey guys, Personal Defense, and I'm here today with a really cool gun, I think. It's a Ruger single six, but it's not just your average single six. It is the 50th anniversary edition single six. I grew up in a town called Ruidoso, New Mexico, which is very close to Lincoln, New Mexico. And if you're not familiar with that, that's where Billy the Kid and all that stuff took place. So that history was pretty prevalent all through my grown-up years. So I always thought that these classic single-action shooters are really cool, and I always wanted one. And there was a time when I was thinking about buying the Ruger Vaquero, and I ended up not doing that. And so I was thinking about buying the Heritage Rough Rider. I gotta say, it is beautiful. Just look at the blued finish, is just amazing. It's just great looking. My personal preference is a bird's head grip, but this is a great looking revolver. So right now I have the 22 Magnum cylinder in there, just because I really like the way that looks. I like, Ruger on a lot of their revolvers will do a unfluted cylinder like this one, and I just love the clean, like almost polished look of it compared to the 22 long rifle cylinder here. See, it's fluted. Another one that Ruger does that in that I know of offhand is the Alaskan. God, what is that thing called? Anyway, the one that's chambered in 44 Magnum is fluted, and the one that's chambered in 454 Casull is unfluted, like this. And I just love the way that looks. I wish they would have done the 22 long rifle in the unfluted cylinder. But anyway, we can do a quick safety check here. It's empty. And this cylinder is also empty.
Yeah, go ahead. Nice.
So right off the bat, one of the first things I noticed about this is the weight. It's heavy. It's almost impressively heavy, and I really like that. It doesn't feel like it's a cheap revolver, even though it is smaller than the traditional single action. And I do love that gold inlay on the top there, the 50-year anniversary. And it has a blued steel finish and the Cocobolo wood grips with the red Ruger medallions. It's a limited edition, and it's a Vaquero-style blued steel frame. Comes with the 22 Winchester Magnum cylinder that I have in here, and also the 22 long rifle cylinder. It comes with a special case, which I didn't get. And
Is
that high? The 50th anniversary one, this one here, only came with the 4 5/8 inch barrel, as seen here, with the gold enhanced roll mark that they call there. I call it inlay or engraving. One of the things I do not like about the barrel on this is how they engraved the warnings on it. I really could have done without that. To me, that just really takes away from the classic look of it and all that. Down here it has your typical Ruger new model single six, blah blah blah. On this side it has a serial number. Really wish they hadn't done that. It almost ruins it for me. I really like the Magnum cylinder. As you can see, it's unfluted, and it just gives it a nice clean smooth look to it. I mean, it's not a classic looking, single action look, but I love the way it looks with the unfluted. Here's the long rifle cylinder, and you can see it's fluted. I wish they would have done that cylinder unfluted, vice versa, because I don't know. I'd rather shoot long rifle than Magnum any day, but okay, to switch out the cylinders, all you have to do is, again, ensure that it's unloaded. You want to pop that trap door open. Then there's this little bar right here. You push it like that, and then pull this rod out like that. Once you pull it out enough, the cylinder just falls out. We can take a look at the difference of the cylinders here. They're almost identical in length, along with width, also with grammar. The only difference really in the external size is the fluting, and I really love that unfluted cylinder. So then you just pop this in here through the trapdoor side like that, line it up, push the rod back in, and you're ready to go with the 22 long rifle. So that's pretty quick and easy. And even though that cylinder is fluted and I like the unfluted better, it still doesn't look bad with that. So I brought out my wife's LCR, which is another Ruger. I just wanted to show you, the size, what to expect of the size. They're almost, the cylinder size on this and everything, it's almost the same. So you can kind of, get an idea of what you're looking at here. It's a small, it's smaller than your typical single action Army, but it's because it shoots 22. Alright, so I don't know if you've noticed here, if it'll focus. Anyway, you see where it says Ruger and then it says 22 caliber, new model, single 6, and sometimes I think the Vaqueros say new model on them. The new model just simply refers to that it has Ruger's transfer bar mechanism for increased safety, which means you can carry the revolver safely with all 6 chambers loaded. I think it was before 1975 or 73, something like that. The single 6 was produced without the transfer bar mechanism. I don't know why you would carry it, but that means it wasn't necessarily safe to carry with all 6 chambers loaded. I think you can pick one of these up for anywhere between $400 and $600, depending on the model. To me, that's a lot of money to spend on a 22 single action, especially when those Heritage Rough Riders are out there. I think Cimarron Arms makes one. There's a bunch of different makers of those 22 single actions, and I'm most likely going to buy a Heritage one, so I'll probably do a review on that, and hopefully I'll have this to compare it to. The quality on this is excellent. It's a Ruger, but everything just feels like it's made very well. It's nice and heavy. It doesn't feel cheap. The wood looks great. It's a Ruger. I love the fact that it comes with both cylinders. You can shoot whatever you want. I think this is an awesome gun, and when we took it to the range, it was fun to shoot. There's no recoil, of course. It's a 22. The one thing that does suck, but it's just part of the design, is the whole loading one by one and ejecting one by one. But there's nothing you can do about that. That's just the design. This is an awesome one, though. It's a great quality. It looks good. It looks awesome, and I'm jealous of my coworker. In fact, I think I might keep it and hope that he forgets about it. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, thanks for watching.